Welcome to Mermaid Song Tarot and our full moon reading for the month of January. The full moon is set to hit us on Monday, January the 17th, and this is going to be a full moon in Cancer. All right, as always, I like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, and fabulousness. And I ask that the messages that we receive are clear and concise and for the highest good of all parties involved. So mote that be. And just a little background, the full moon energy is always about the culmination of growth. It's the peak of expansion. It's the end of a cycle and also the beginning of a new one. It's the time to manifest. It's a time of fulfillment and abundance. It's also a time to release things that no longer serve us, to finish those projects that we have had going on for a while, and a time to reflect on your progress since the last full moon, but specifically since the last new moon when you would have set intentions. And it's a good time to just reevaluate where you're at and where you want to go. So for the full moon in Cancer, we're going to do 5 cards. And there's sort of some themes that are coming up in a full moon in Cancer. And so these 5 cards are going to be dealing with those themes and some important questions that you can ask yourself this full moon. All right, so here's our themes. Release, stability, intuition, self-care, and what we want to create or manifest. So we're going to ask a question for each one of these 5 cards, and then we're going to do a little bit of clarifying for that. So here we go. All right, our first card is the question, what should I release this full moon? And our answer is the Emperor. Now, the Emperor is a card that speaks about rules, the rule of law, organization. The Emperor is someone who is very organized. He is, at the peak of his game. He is someone who is level-headed and very, shall we say, balanced. He's balanced, except for he can sometimes be a little bit too rigid. I'm going to draw a clarifier for this card. Just see where we can... okay. 2 of Swords is our card that is clarifying the Emperor. Now, the 2 of Swords is a card that speaks about... Let's move that there. 2 of Swords is a card that speaks about maybe a little bit of banter with words. So maybe something that we need to release this full moon is a tendency to argue, or to, maybe we tease a little bit too much. It could be that we are fighting in our own mind between 2 different ideas. The Suit of Swords is always about our thoughts, our mental processes, and our communications with ourselves and with other people. So remember, tarot is both internal and external in its meanings. So perhaps the thing that you need to release is the tendency to argue, or to be in contention with others, whether that's on social media or in person, doesn't matter. That might be something you want to take a look at releasing. And I'm sure that you all can come up with some other things that you might need to release. For the Emperor, I can say that it's possible you might need to relinquish the idea that you must be in control of something all the time. Releasing that idea of control and just sort of going with the flow. Oh, and by the way, for this reading, since we are in the moon in Cancer, and Cancer is a water sign, I am using the Mermaid Tarot. All right, our next theme for the second card, is stability. The question is, what will assist in creating stability? And we have the card, the 4 of Cups. Now, the 4 of Cups is a card that, of course, Cups is about emotions. our feelings, our intuition. And the Four of Cups always speaks about, we're sort of having a little bit of a pity party here in this card, as you can see. He's got a bottle of booze and he's got 3 cups in front of him, and he has a mermaid who's coming up and bringing him another cup. So he's so immersed in looking at, what he doesn't have, that he doesn't see the marvelous thing that's happening right off to the side. So in what will assist us in creating stability? Might be that we need to let go of the past. I think that's definitely something that happens here. Let me do a card for clarification. I always have to have my cards flip all the way over, so even if you see one fly out, I don't take it unless it comes face up. So sometimes that takes a little bit. Woohoo. Sometimes I can feel it wanting to come through. There goes one. And along with this, we have the 5 of Pentacles, the true pity party, where he's just so immersed in his grief and his feeling of lack that he does not see the young woman in front of him who has those 5 floating pentacles. Pentacles has to do with all of our resources. So not only our money or our finances, but also anything that is a resource to us, such as our friends, our family relationships, perhaps our energy, anything that supports us. So it looks like to me that this full moon, what will assist in creating stability is going to be releasing the past and releasing feelings of lack in order to create abundance. I really like that. All right, our third card and our question. Third card is about the intuition this month. And the question we are asking is, what will assist me in listening to my intuition? Now, you saw that one flipped out, but it didn't turn over. I'm not going to take that one. What will assist me in listening to my intuition? Ooh, the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles, such a lovely little card. Again, our resources. The page is always about new beginnings. What will assist us in listening to our intuition? This is going to be I see here, having a little bit of that childlike wonder that we see the page having. He's got fairies, or she, could be a she, has fairies on their shoulder, and they're very excited. They're bringing an offer. Right? Pentacles is about an offer, especially the Page of Pentacles. So we need to get that excitement again about the things that really charge us up and things that help us to feel stable, and also listening inside of us. That page is clutching that pentacle close to their heart there. And of course, our intuitions are kind of like fairies sitting on our shoulder, aren't they? Let's clarify this a little bit. Ooh, flip out. Nope. You didn't flip over there. What is going to assist us in listening to our intuition? Get the rest of the deck. Oh, they wanted to come out, but you're not flipping over for me. There we go. Get that out of the way. So we have the 8 of Pentacles. Now the 8 of Pentacles talks about continuing to do the work because it's not time for the harvest yet. As you can see, we're at the 8. We're not at the 9 or the 10 of Pentacles. But we're also talking about perfecting our work. Attention to detail. So we need to closely listen to that voice of intuition. That attention to detail is what's going to help us listen to our intuition. I'm going to think about that a little bit. Something else may come to me on that. All right. Card number 4 is about self-care. What will assist me in self-care? And we have the 5 of Wands. Now, wands are always about, it's the fire suit. It's about our passions, the things that really, charge us up and help us to get up in the morning and get going, right? The thing that we are really passionate about. And wands are also about taking action. 5s often indicate instability as opposed to force. However, in the case of wands, in this picture depiction of wands, unlike regular decks, these young men are not fighting with each other. They're all fighting towards a common goal. So, what will assist in self-care? You're going to need to set some goals for that and work towards them. You may need to get your family on board to assist you with that as well. Set aside time. Three of Swords. Three of Swords is always about sadness, loss. It can mean the death of something, whether that is a death of an idea or a project. Rarely a person. I don't think that's where we're going to assist in self-care. I think, honestly, to me, this is the death of the idea that we constantly have to be doing for someone else if they are capable of doing it for themselves. So this is something that we need to really look at closely, and that's probably one of the things that we're going to need to release. Okay, our last category is, what will I create or manifest this moon cycle, starting with the full moon on the 17th. What will I create or manifest? Ooh, the High Priestess, one of my favorite cards. It is a card of all the water signs. The High Priestess is about the occult and those things which are hidden. The High Priestess is always about looking within. She is one of the most powerful cards in the tarot. She has all of the answers. She's the one that has the answers within her, but in order to access those, she has to access and listen to her intuition, which is what we are doing in row 3 here. So, how will we create, or what will we create? We're going to need to listen to our intuition to figure that out. It might be something that's hidden from us now. Sometimes the High Priestess can indicate a secret, but in this case, we've got to figure out what we're going to manifest, and oh, looky. It's going to be lucky for us. This is the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune tells us that we are in the right place at the right time. This is the time of manifestation in 2022. We've been kind of percolating along here in January, just sort of recovering this first couple weeks from the energies that were so strong at the end of December. And now is the time that we need to start exploring these ideas, and we're in the right place at the right time. This is where we're supposed to be. And that means that the ideas that you come up with now, these are going to be good ideas for you to explore. Things that you need to create. And don't feel like you have to create, the next cure for cancer. Although if you want to do that, that'd be awesome. But it could be just something as simple as creating a happier family life. It could be something as simple as creating a practice to walk your dog every night. It does not have to be earth-shaking in order for you to create it. But we're all here to create. All right. I really like this reading. I think this is a good reading for all of us. I think it shows that we do have some things that we need to work on. The full moon in Cancer is all about finding emotional peace. And as we stated, self-care, creative genius. The full moon in Cancer has a protective mother sort of feeling to it and energy. And it's about our home and creating stability in our life. So I really like this reading for us. I think the energy in this full moon is really great. I hope that you have, made note of some things that you want to release and create, and listening to your intuition and upping your self-care regimen to really take care of yourself. And we'll see you at the new moon reading that I will have for you in just about 2 weeks or so. I hope you've enjoyed this reading. If you have, please share it with your friends. Hit the like button. And if it resonates with you, subscribe to get further videos from Mermaid Song Tarot. Thank you so much, and many blessings.